Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to HOI4 as we are playing as Russia. So the first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is creating an intelligence agency. We'll be changing the name from the NKVD to the Okhrana, which is the name they had during the time of the Tsars, and the closest emblem to them would probably be this one since we don't have a double-headed eagle, so we're going to go with that one. And that'll be formed in 30 days. Could have done this a while ago since, you know, it's not like we don't have the spare civilian factories. But we're going to be continuing this war against Finland in today's episode. Let me see if we can make it. Okay, that's right, they leave in 1 hour, so let's go ahead and take that province now. Now, we will not be doing the conflicts over here against Estonia and Latvia because they are both guaranteed by Germany. And so attacking either one of those would result in war with Germany. And so we might want to just go ahead and cancel going for this. Let me just take a look. I want to say we don't lose the war goal here. We've done 30 days of it, and it's a 70-day focus, which means you lose 15 days if you canceled it. You do have to have all of these in order to do this one here, and just because we have the war goal again doesn't mean we have to use it. I think we should be able to keep it, but it might expire. I think the ones you get from focuses generally don't expire though. And if it does expire, then it's fine. Because we're not going to be going to war with them that way. Anyways, we can always... Here, we're not going to do it now, I mean. We could always do it another way. So we're very close to the capital here. Pakistan just declared war in India because they're breaking free from them. And let's go ahead and have some tanks go over this way. And I don't think there's anything that this guy can do right now, but we can go here and grab this province. I don't see anybody there defending it. Alright, so we need to get... Oh, look at this. The Nordic Defense Council escalates the tensions by arming the Socialist Republic of Finland. Alright, so I suppose that's not surprising given our reaction to that previous event. So we can say we shall escalate to de-escalate by threatening war if they do not stop, or we have to appease the Nordics for now. And then we apologize for the bombing. But I don't think we get the penalty that we would have otherwise. You can always use more war support. I don't really care if they're arming Finland, honestly. And we're not really ready for war with the Nordic Defense Council. I don't really want to invade into here just yet. If we're even going to do that. The goal was only Finland, really. And so I think we're just going to do this one. We'll apologize. We, I think, avoided the penalty that we were going to get. And so that's what's important. Alright, so now let's go ahead and attack Helsinki, though we're going to have to go in with the tanks. Since the Cav don't have any organization. So I think to get them cut off here fully, you'd have to take this location here. And then either this one or this one. But you can't get around there, so you have to get that one. Alright, so basically we need more troops over here. We could easily be cut off ourselves. Let's go ahead and bring... Oh, damn. Yeah, we should have done it this way. Still holding out there, so that's good. There's some openings over here we can take advantage of, so let's go ahead and do so. And still trying to get those troops wiped out, and that'll get us more divisions over here once we do that. So yeah, we'll try and get these guys cut off. I guess you'd want to go for this province next, but we really need more units over here. Yeah, I gotta get more units here so we don't get cut off. Alright, so we've taken over their capital. Let's just go and keep on advancing up along the coast here, and then we'll try and get this unit here cut off from supply. Keep the cab moving forward here. And we'll bring these guys over here. So it looks like this is going to be a defeat, so we'll just go ahead and stop the attack there. And we're able to get all the way over to here. Excellent. Okay, so let me just make sure that nobody's like attempting to leave here for now. Though we do have a lot of units over here, so you know it probably would be fine if this guy came over here. Yeah, that's probably fine. So now what we need to do is take this location. And we're going to go ahead and bring another unit over here. Make sure he doesn't get cut off. Definitely extending ourselves a bit there. And this guy's going to sweep over to here. So we should have this unit here cut off soon, and we'll get them destroyed. This unit will be leaving in less than a day. This tank's making good progress here. Now we just need to wipe this unit out. Keep on moving up along these rails here. Extend that as well. And then just going after these victory points. As far as where they're currently at, it's 69%. We've taken 3,000, almost 4,000 casualties, while they have taken 38,000. Alright, so these units here are now cut off from supply. I mean, they were cut off anyways, probably. But I mean, they can't retreat. There's nowhere for them to retreat to due to the lakes here. So let's go and start doing our attacks. Might need to assist with this unit so that we can actually win that. This unit here has left, so we're going to advance over to this location. And then, it's just kind of difficult to move throughout this territory because of those lakes. And we had a battle over here. So we sunk 2 of their heavy cruisers. So we ejected them from the port there, and that gave us an opportunity to actually battle them. We also have some free military factories. Alright, so let's take a look at the equipment. I did set up a few more units to build, but we probably build a bit more. Yeah, I built 1 more tank unit. So I suppose we can do infantry, because those ones are deployed already. They're currently training up here now. So yeah, we can get some more infantry. I do want to make some adjustments though. Actually, rather than do that, I think if we're not getting any text for them here, we're going to go ahead and get the tanks changed up. We have not changed this design at all, and there's a lot of things we could do to improve them. And so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and get the 3-man turrets. It does decrease their speed, but it gives you a good amount of breakthrough for not much production cost. So we're going to go and get that. And then we're also going to get the radios. We will get the heavy machine guns. I feel that it's worth it, the production cost for soft attack. Let's get the armor skirts on there. We're probably going to leave this slot open here, unless we want to get the increased reliability. I don't know if it's worth the production cost, because you're paying 1 more production, but you're going to lose a lot less units as well, because our reliability is going to be going down some, because I'm going to try and get them as fast as I possibly can, which is 11.4 here. I want to say that we do have the maintenance companies available. We do, so yeah, we can add those in there, and so that will increase their reliability. It's a 5% bonus right now. That's all we got. Puts it at 81%. I mean, it's really not, it's not too bad. I mean, obviously like to get it higher, but these tanks aren't that expensive to build either. So you know what, I think we're just gonna leave, yeah, we're just gonna leave the wet ammunition storage off of it, and this is gonna be our design. We don't need to change anything else here. Just looking for that speed. That's what these light tanks do well. That's really their point, and these aren't bad stats. Either if we look at them here, you know, the armor is okay for light tanks, pretty decent breakthrough, good soft attack. We could also change up the gun. We could instead use the close support gun, increases the soft attack by a lot, also decreases your speed by a little bit. But yeah, we could get that instead, but since we don't have anti-tanks in our units, and I'd prefer to get like the better automatic cannon, honestly, and this one here is the crappy one. We don't have the better option. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do is just leave it as is, guys. I think this is fine. It's an improvement upon what we've been building. And so let's go ahead and get this updated, so we get some better tanks out there they're gonna be faster too. Remember, they can go up to 12 kilometers, since that's what the trucks go. And since we got those new tanks out there, why not start designing those a little bit more, start building them, so we can get them out to the units quicker. Alright, so make sure everybody's got orders over here. Still wiping out that unit. Just kind of move up along the coast with that tank. We did get cut off here, unfortunately. Alright, well, it happens sometimes. Let's see if we can not get cut off with this unit. He does have somewhere to retreat to, if necessary. We can retreat over to this province. These guys are trying to break out here, so that's not good. Luckily, we do have a cab unit that should be there in mere moments to stop him. And it's about to take this location with this unit. Ah, damn. So they cut off this guy as well. Alright, so unfortunate. Let's go and go this way, but maybe this will allow us to cut off another unit. We should be able to get over to here. So they're definitely being a bit more aggressive here than the AI sometimes can be. Which is a good thing, giving us a little bit more of a challenge. They're not just sitting there anyways, accepting their defeat. You never know what the AI is going to do in that regard. So we will not be able to get to this location here. Let's go and advance over to here, and then we will help here, though. Yeah, I don't know how helpful this is going to be, because we're attacking across a river. And not getting the snow penalty, but this guy has no supplies. That's really the real issue there. We did finish up there, so these units are going to be going to other locations. Alright, so this is all one front here now. Alright, so we got a lot of units moving down that way. We're just letting them do their thing. Though this guy does need to stay here. I don't know why he's taking off. Just to probably have a unit from the south go up there. Alright, so let's go grab these locations. And then we'll go over here with that cab unit. Trying to defeat that unit there. And hopefully, let's go and attack here. Hopefully we can take these locations here. They gotta stop that guy. And I don't know if he'll get there in time. One day in 17 hours compared to one day in 11 hours he would not. So we'll have to do an attack there soon. This guy has no supply though, so that's the real issue. Let's go and attack this unit. Let's try and make sure this guy doesn't get out. So we'll attack here soon, right now. I don't know if that'll hold him off long enough. Looks like it should. We got the depth charge throwers, excellent. You know, given that it's 1940 already, we should start building some of these capital ships. Now, carriers don't need much of anything to be able to get those started. You just got to research them, but we do have to research 3 levels to get to the 1940s. So that's going to take some time. We really need to invest like 2 research slots on ships now, guys, if we ever want to have any sort of a fleet. So we're probably going to have to reassign one of those slots once it finishes researching. Because, yeah, there's just a ton of stuff we need. And I really think we need to work on these capital ships now because of how late it's getting. So this is what we're going to do. We'll start with the guns here, since those don't require experience. You can't really use experience, I mean, to improve them. And so we'll go to get this one here, and we're going to be using that battle line shipbuilder. And we also have a trait for the raiding fleet. Okay, so we're working on those submarines. Any bonuses for the submarines? Torpedo attack, that affects everybody who has torpedoes, so that's nice. So we're going to get that one. And do we want to update those? No, not like this, I don't think. You know, I guess we could do it that way and then just not change up the design yet, because we actually need, or we can change up the designs but not like change up the production line, because what we need to do here is get the new modules on here, the depth charges. So let's go and get these constructing using the raiding fleet and deploying into St. Petersburg with all those dockyards. And then we'll also get the submarine line going as well. Put this under here if I can grab it. And we have 6 dockyards assigned to that. Excellent. Okay, so let's go and make sure these units continue getting all this conquered for us. And then we'll have the tank unit just continue up along the coastline, since that's where those victory points are at. This unit is definitely in danger of being destroyed now. Probably can't get there in time. No, we can't. Okay, so just trying to win these battles here so we don't get that unit destroyed. And hoping to get over here in time. Looks like we should. The Socialist Republic of Finland offers concessions. So this will allow us to basically just get a couple states from them. We also will get naval base built and 75 political power. But we're going to refuse that because we plan on annexing all of Finland. They know that they're pretty much defeated at this point. They're at 91%. So why would we give them into any of those concessions? I don't see the point, since we pretty much have the victory here now. Got all these units cut off as well, though we are losing all these battles currently. And this guy is destroyed. But for whatever reason, were we assisting or something? I'm not sure why we didn't actually advance there. Let's go ahead and go to this province and get this unit here cut off. Yeah, it shouldn't take much longer. I'm just hoping we don't lose this unit here before then. Let's go and assist this. Try and get the win there and get those units destroyed. And this guy's going to be going over here. Alright, so we wiped at that unit. Did they capitulate? No, we just got into April. That's it. Okay, so then we need to get behind these guys here now. And I suppose we'll take this province since there's nobody there to stop us. We'll see if we can get over there, but I don't expect we will be able to. It just takes too long when you don't have any supply. Yeah, we cannot get there. We'll take this province next, though we might not be able to get there either. 1 day and 8 hours. 2 days and 10 hours. Yeah, we're probably not going to get there in time. Unless we delay him with an attack. Let me just see here. You don't wait until after this guy moves and then do the attack. Also move this cab unit in there. You might get there a little bit quicker. There you go. So he's out and then you do the attack. Though now we're being attacked here, so that's one issue there. When does he get out of there? 20 hours? Oh, doesn't matter. So we've won. Excellent. So they do have some ships. So go ahead and select those. Take them from them. And then we just want to select all their territory. And then submit our demands. I don't think there's anything else we want to do. We do not want to puppet them. We want to fully annex them. So we're going to submit our demands and then exit. Alright, so Finland has now been annexed. That does mean we need to garrison that territory. And we also need to move these troops elsewhere. I don't really think that we need such a large front here against, or so many divisions, I should say, on this front. Yeah, I think that's far more than we actually need. Now, he does have a trait. Remember, he's a field marshal, so this will be a field marshal bonus. I guess we'll get the... Remember, he has the mountaineer and the winter expert. I think we're going to get the offensive doctrine. We want to move our planes out of here, so move them back to Moscow and have them train up there. Anybody else needs training, we'll have them train as well. And the same thing with these guys here. Get them out of there. And if they need training, they can train there. Alright, excellent. So this is what we got from Finland. 4 submarines. Not much. Nothing impressive, guys. So let's go ahead and just tell the strike force here to go back to port. I might rearrange this actually and take out these. Yeah, I'll take out all the destroyers. And then let them train. Those be in their own like little separate fleet over here. And then we'll let them train up. And then all of these destroyer fleets will also train up for experience. And this guy can stay on the mining operation, not that he can even do it when we're not at war. And then with all of these ones, we want to put them on the train as well. So let them train up. Alright, looking good. Oh yes, we do need to move all these troops out. We don't want them all going over there. It's definitely not enough supply over there for. In fact, might not be enough supply for hardly anything. Yeah, this here would be the only supply hub, and it would not provide supply for these troops. Yeah, nowhere near enough. We're gonna need to do something about that. But for now, let's get these troops out of here. So we're gonna take any mountain troops we have. We have 3 of those. And then move some of them down here and some over to here. So what I'm thinking is like put 2 there, and then the last mountain unit would go over to this front. So you want to move like 2 infantry units out over to here to get them up to 24. And you know what? I almost want to just move this army out of here. Yeah, it might make sense to have them like go to a different front for now. You can put like a few over here, but I think that the supply is gonna be such an issue. We'd have to move them over there later. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's have the tank army move as well. They'll move over to, I don't know, here for now. Have them take those rails. Yeah, I think the supply is gonna be too big of an issue. We need to get a supply hub here, since we will probably eventually fight them. I don't plan on attacking them, but I just assume that we'll end up at war with them. So you could put one here, because that could be a port. And just because ports are, you know, quicker to build, I know it's pretty close to that one, but I still think it's probably the better option to do that. They'll supply some of this, and then you got to get a hub somewhere. Because, yeah, it's got to be in between, like, this zone here. Probably want to get it, I don't know, maybe right here? And then you have to build the rails out to it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll put it right here. And then we need to build some rails out to them. We'll just go this way, I guess. There we go. And then tick these up to the top here to get those constructed. And we'll wait to move any units until that gets done, since you know they're going to have some significant supply issues there. Alright, so just get all the troops out of there. And then keep our fleet over here training. We can now speed it back up. No longer have the consolidate power. I forgot which one that was getting us. Maybe some little power and stuff. Still getting the secure the Baltics. We'll have that in 20 days now. And the military factories that we're getting, let's see where we want to put these. We're doing pretty good on infantry equipment, you know, because we seized some from our enemies here. And so maybe pull back on that a little bit and go into some other things that we need here. We can also change up the tanks here because we want to make sure we get those maintenance companies in there. So we'll add those, and then we need to make some further adjustments to them. Probably should get some, oh, that costs 25 experience. I was gonna say some artillery, but we'll just go ahead and save it like this. And that's fine for now. And then go back to the production here. So we're gonna continue to update the tanks here. Get those new ones out there. And let me just take a look what we got here. So we're still waiting for this task force here to join up with that one. Have the Hispanic Alliance. That has Mexico as a leader, and then Peru and Salvador have joined. They're not at war. Yeah, they're not at war with anybody. America's still doing their civil war. And we have finished up our agency. Excellent. So now we're going to want to start working on the different upgrades for them. We'll get the cryptology department first, so we start decrypting somebody. Yeah, Civil War's been going on for quite some time. And is that the only conflict that the British are in? Is with the Americans? That's what it seems like. They still have well, it says they have the war on Ireland. Oh, okay. That's just part of this conflict. So because Ireland is in the American Union, they haven't been fully defeated. I forgot they joined that faction. We did get to secure the Baltics. I think we're gonna move away from this branch now, guys, and go ahead and start working on the ones over here. Since again, we do need to get these before we go to war with a major power. Get some very nice bonuses too. Some research bonuses and some production bonuses. Doing pretty good on production currently. In fact, I never did start building more troops. Talked about it and then didn't do it. And Communist China just capitulated. So Japan is just wiping out all their enemies over here and turning them into subject states that are part of their faction. But yeah, let's go and get some more troops building up, and also some more infantry building, and then also tanks. So we'll get 4 tank units building, and then we'll do this infantry unit here. You know, we'll do 10 of these. We're still doing all right in manpower here. Got quite a bit left, considering the fact that we also are still only on the volunteers. And Japan gave that territory back to Germany. Interesting. Interesting choice there. In 9 days, we'll get our first spy. Also, we have the 150 political power to go ahead and get our first political advisor, because again, we're going to be getting the weekly manpower and the bonuses for the garrisons, which is going to be helpful now, since we actually do have some garrisons here in Finland. So resistance is sitting at 9%, so we're going to try and get compliance up there. We currently have it set to military governor as our default one. Do we want to keep it on that one, though? It's not the greatest for compliance. You do get more resources and manpower. I really feel like the key here would be to build up compliance in the area. And also, these will reduce the amount of troops you need. It reduces the required garrisons and the damage to garrisons. I think that's the better option, guys. It does give you less resistance, though. So there is that. But I'm thinking in the long term here. So I think we might want to do secret police in this case. We could always go to civilian oversight as well. If you really want to, if you don't really mind having to have a large amount of garrisons, which, you know, we have plenty of manpower and equipment, so it's not that big of an issue. And then really just focus on getting the compliance up as quickly as possible. Probably the best way to do it, honestly. And just take the damage and problems that are going to come with it. Just to try and work on compliance. I think that's what we're going to do, guys. Yeah, I think that's the best option for us. As Russia, since we, you know, have plenty of manpower and equipment at the moment. So usually we have to watch out how much we're spending on our garrisons. We just don't have enough available. So we do need to get our cryptology department working on, who do we want to do first? Who's going to be our first enemy? Can't really say. Maybe Poland. Can't fight Germany without fighting Poland. I think Poland would probably join the Central Powers, though, so you'd be fighting them both at the same time, in which case it then makes sense to instead have Germany done as your first one. We also need to get an operative here. I suppose we can do that first. So as far as nationalities, we do have one of Hungarian, British, and German. Well, because I think the Germans are probably going to be our chief enemy, although I don't know, because again, they've been helping us out. So it could actually be the British that are the main problem. But I don't know. I don't know how we expand into the areas when I expand without having to fight Germany. So I think that's really what the key issue is going to be. So I think we should get the German. And then what we'd want to do is assign him to build an intel network in Berlin here. Just start spying on them. See what they're doing over here. And then same thing with the cryptology. I really think we should work on Germany first. So let's start doing that. That's going to be 1,300 days since we don't have any of the upgrades yet, which I assume they have the upgrades protecting themselves. But yeah, we won't be able to do these war goals, unfortunately, since that would bring Germany into the war, and we're not ready to fight Germany just yet. We want to get through that focus tree. Some more conflict here in India. Oh, that's interesting. The Nordic Defense Council just declared war on Denmark. We're at 100% for the world tension, by the way. So remember, they're fascist here. And that has resulted in Denmark joining Japan's faction. Alright, well, that's kind of unfortunate. It doesn't matter anyways, because they're probably going to get conquered here. Yeah, kind of shame there. The Nordic Defense Council might actually be the ones to declare war on us. That's a real possibility, since they are going down that fascist route of their tree. Focusing more on the tactical bombers, since they, you know, require more production than the fighters. The dawn of the European Association. So is that their faction? That's their faction name. So that's another fascist faction. So you have two fascist factions and two communist factions. Poland did join the Central Powers, as did Austria-Hungary, so no surprises there. So yeah, if you fight Poland, you gotta fight Germany. And that means we will find ourselves at conflict against Central Powers again. Expected stuff here. Non-aggression pact with Japan, though. That's interesting. Because I don't want to fight them yet. I prefer to expand over here before we fight against Japan, because we don't have a fleet. So I think we're going to do that. We must have peace for now. Yeah, let's get the non-aggression pact with Japan. I think that makes a lot of sense, given the circumstance. Estonia just joined the Central Powers. Yeah, I think the Central Powers are clearly our next enemy, guys. India's People's Republic just joined the American Union. Because yeah, they're going communist. They have 8% communism. But yeah, they have a communist government in power, so just not much support for the communist government. And are they still part of the Allies? They are. It's a very interesting situation that the war between Britain and America is now really spread into India at this point, with each faction having one side of India. on top of the fight against Pakistan here too. So to get that agency upgrade, let's go and get the next one. Just trying to get those decryptions done a little bit quicker. We're sitting at 635 days now for Germany. We also got that basic heavy battery. Excellent. So let's go ahead and go after... We need to get all the way over to here. Yeah, so I suppose we'll just keep on working on these. They don't take that long to research. And we have to keep one slot on the planes. So it's going to be one of these two slots that we move over to the ships. Did get the trait for the battle line shipbuilders. Excellent. So we're going to go ahead and go after the incoming torpedo critical chance reduction. Let's get as many upgrades for those battleships as we can before we start actually building those. Got everything built here with the exception of the supply hub. But what about infrastructure? We probably should build the infrastructure up as well throughout this territory. You also get some resources from doing so. So maybe just get them up to like level 3 in some of these areas. I guess, yeah, you gotta get it all through here, don't you? Just in case we have to fight over this way. I suppose we can avoid that one. And this one here. I don't think any rails go through those areas. So yeah, just working on that supply hub. So we'll work on the infrastructure next. Still need to get the radar stations. And wouldn't hurt to get more dockyards either. So again, I think it's gonna have to be a 60% location because we built in all the 80% ones. So we're gonna build here. Get 2 more dockyards going, getting us up to a total of 17. So we'll do one more over here. That'll be 18, and then just more military factories. We could also start working on the synthetic refinery so we could have our own rubber supply. Probably wouldn't hurt. For right now, we're okay. Let's just get the more military factories. You know, we always need more of these. And Mexico is now expanding. They've attacked Guatemala. Means El Salvador will be invading from the south. But to get another trait here for the multi-role tactical aircraft. Since we already got a bonus for the production efficiency gain, we're going to do this one right now. We're going to do one of these two. And since my bombers often don't have much agility, I think we'll go with the ground attack. Yeah, I think that'll be a little bit more useful. We'll spend the experience on that too. We got some experience here, which we're saving for the design of the new planes since we're working on that tech currently. And we do need to update these as well. That will not be for the medium aircraft, in which case you probably wouldn't want to use that experience, or you wouldn't want to change up the production there or whatever. Mexico is going to continue to be expanding all throughout Central America. But yeah, the plane we're working on is the light aircraft. I believe that's the one we decided to research first. It's usually what I do so we can get those fighters building. So we did get this one knocked out. Excellent. So this one here does have to be done before you go to war with a major power. It gives you a fuel silo and resource gain efficiency plus 10%. I mean, it's helpful and it's a 35-day focus. So if you just looked at like how that compares to the ones here, it's basically like getting an entirely new tech here. So again, it's useful, especially if only 35 days. But is it the most useful of all the ones that you need to do before you go to war? Probably not. We're facing a choice now. We can reorganize the Ministry of Industry, which will reduce the amount of civilian factories we're using for the consumer goods, so get you more civilian factories and give you research bonuses for industry and electronics, or shift to armaments production. This will make civilian factories take longer to build, which we're probably not going to build that many more civilian factories at this point. We have 100 of them. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be building any more. And thus you're really just getting the bonus for constructing military factories quicker, so that's nice. I'd rather construct an individual factory quicker than have more civilian factories, I suppose. Of course, that only applies when you're building military factories. But then you also get the research bonuses for infantry weapons. Honestly, these are both viable. Might even go for that one if I was to just pick between these two. But the other thing you have to consider is they do lead to another focus. And this one here gives you production efficiency, cap, and retention, while this one gives you growth and base. So the base is probably the most useful of those. And then also gives you a factory output of plus 2%. And then this one gives you the reduced head of time penalty for the industry, so you can get that a little bit quicker. Or you can get 2 research bonuses for production. I think that we want this one over this one, honestly. And since these are both pretty solid, I think we're going to go this route. And these are all 70-day focuses too. Now, another thing to consider is we still don't have our 5th research slot. I would like to get that, but again, the problem here is that we need to do these before we go to war with that major power. And there's only these few left, because these ones are all 35-day focuses here. So yeah, let's go and do this, guys. Get these done so we don't have to worry about not being able to do those because we went to war with, say, Germany. We did get the improved small airframe. Excellent. So yeah, that was the one we were working on. So we'd have to get the improved medium airframe if we wanted to update those tactical bombers. Well, we do want to get those updated. I kind of want to get some of the other stuff here, like for the fighters, and we can get small close air support. We don't even have any of those constructing yet, which are far better than tactical bombers as far as just efficiency. Obviously, the range is pretty important. That's what you're getting from those medium bombers. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff we need over here, like those heavy machine guns. We want to get those. We also need to get the, I mean, once we start doing naval bombers, we're going to need the air-launched torpedoes. The range improvements are great as well, as we saw in the previous series. So definitely want to get those too. Of course, these are always helpful. I don't know if we're going to work on those first, though. I think the first thing I want to get is the heavy machine guns or the range improvements. They're both 85 days. Let's go ahead and go for the range improvements first, actually, because it just seems so useful with the large states that we have, like air regions, I should say. Still need to get the engines, too. Maybe we should do the engines first. You know what? Let's do the engines first. It's 128 days to get that done, and we're going to be doing the light aircraft designer for anything that we can use it for, simply because we want to get those guys the highest traits as possible. And we did get a trait for the light aircraft designer. Remember, we already had the max speed and agility bonuses, and so now we should probably just keep on getting any bonus for max speed and agility, just because, again, they're so useful. And we do not want to spend the experience for that, though, because yeah, we're about to design a new plane. This will be the first plane that we've designed in this series. So we're going to be getting the, we do need to get carrier planes, but we don't even have carriers building yet, so there's no point on working on that or spending the experience on it. So we're just going to get the fighters and the close air support. We might wait to do the naval bombers. I don't know, though. Probably wouldn't hurt to get some. And we have plenty of factories as well. Alright, so we're going to be starting with the 4X, 4 times light machine guns here. Could, of course, do those cannons as well, but I don't like losing the agility. And do we want to put one more on there? Let's wait and see what we've got for the engine. See what we can handle here. I don't think we're going to get anything else for them, though. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we want here. So you just got those. So let's go ahead and also upgrade them with the max speed and agility bonus there. So we need names for the planes, or we can just keep the names they have here. That's fine as well. We also need to change this icon away. And you know what? I bet they... Yeah, that might be messed up. We might need to change that up as well. So we want them to have this icon here, I think. Yeah, we'll have that one with the helmets. Go ahead and save that. Yeah, they wouldn't update because we don't have the... I never did this, never changes up. So let's go ahead and save that. And then might also want to take a look at this one here that we're currently building. And make sure this gets changed too. And just change them to... let's see here, what do we want? I guess we'll do this one with the shield. Or we can do this one here. Yeah, that's fine as well. Go ahead and save that. I don't know if we're going to need to change all of them up. All the old ones so they stay. We might have to. Yeah, I think you have to change all the old ones up too. So they all have the same one so they can all be together. We should have done this right from the beginning. I didn't even look at the icons. Let's see, now we have this issue here because of it. Because yeah, we want to make sure that they can all be in a air wing together if necessary. I think that's it. Yeah, because these are all really old stuff now. I think we're good. I might have forgot one. If I did, just let me know if I missed anything there. Let's make sure those are all the same icon. All right, so we've got the new fighters designed, but we can go ahead and add the other guns on there, and it would increase the air attack by quite a bit. And you're not giving up too much agility either, just for a little bit more production. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put that one on there too. Let's go ahead and save that. I put more factories into that, but since we're building some other plane designs, might want to change that up. Maybe build a little bit less of these too. Yeah, because they're kind of expensive. So let's go and design the close air support next, our dive bombers. And yeah, we do need some different names for these, because they don't come up with very inventive names. You guys can feel free to suggest some names down in the comments here if you want to change these up. All right, so we need to get 2 small bomb bays. We're not going to do the bomb locks. I'll show you guys why here in a minute. Let's first get all the other stuff for them, which we're going to do those die breaks on there. And the defense turret as well. Yeah, we'll get the defense turret here. And so this is what it's going to look like currently when they're doing the close air support missions. Their agility is 13.5, so not great, but at least they have some agility. A lot of times they'll design dive bombers and won't have any agility. But yeah, they have a little bit, and then the ground attack is 16, naval targeting 7, but no real naval attacks, kind of irrelevant. Air defense is 16, not bad. Now, one issue here is the weight though, so we might actually need to change up to another engine, won't we? Yeah, we'll have to go to the 2X engine there. And that gets the agility up to 18. But the production goes up by a lot. So it's going to be a really expensive closed air support here. Maybe we should consider taking the die brakes off. It's just how much more expensive that is. It's going to take us forever to get a meaningful number of them built. I think it's worth having the defense turret though. Let me just see. You can't even take the defense turret off and that be enough. So yeah, it might not be an option, guys. Yeah, the defense turret is only weight 1. So basically, I think we're going to have to, if we do want to have a decent ground attack, then the only choice is to have the bigger engine. Okay, is what it is. So we'll go ahead and have the die brakes put on there then. Might as well. Because they're not that expensive. They're 2 production. I suppose you could make the argument that maybe they're not worth the production costs and generally getting that air defense, really. Yeah, maybe we'll take them off, just to try and reduce the production some, since this does get incredibly expensive with those 2 engines. We're at 41 currently. And so yeah, I think this is pretty solid here. And if you look at it, they have enough thrust for their weight. Agility will be at 19, so again, not too bad for close air support. Ground attack 16, but production costs pretty high. All right, so I was going to save that, and then we're going to want to get these building as well. Put them right underneath. And you know what? I didn't take a look at this here or this here, which really isn't fitting with that. So we're going to want to change it up. They are terrible with the use best match. Never very fitting with the actual design. And sometimes it can be kind of difficult to find one that fits it perfectly. Thinking this one here. Just comparing with this. But yeah, they could certainly do a better job with it. Not impressed with its ability to find the best one. All right, so that looks good. Let's go ahead and now do the fighters. It definitely doesn't fit as well, but yeah, that's about as good as I can get, guys. So let's go ahead and get that changed. And then the next one we need to do is the naval bombers, because yeah, we don't have any naval bombers yet. So this is going to be our naval bombers. We have the light torpedo mountings, but those are just the level 1s. I know those aren't great, but as far as the naval attack, it doesn't get much better than that, guys. The naval targeting, of course, is better if you go like some dive bombers. But yeah, we're just going to use those, and eventually we'll get them upgraded. And it's not bad naval targeting at 5. It's not good either, but the main thing you're doing it for is that naval attack of 13. We do have the light machine guns. I do need to probably step this up. You don't have to, because it satisfies it. You know what, we might just leave it there to keep the production low. We could step it up to the next level, get the higher speed and the better agility, so maybe you don't lose as many of them. Production doesn't go up by that much. You know, it might be worth it. So we'll go up to level 2 there. We also have our naval design company assigned to it. And so that's what it's going to look like as far as the name, which is the one the game suggested. Just feel free to suggest any names for any of these planes, guys. Now, I did not name... damn, did I mess that up? I did mess that up. Alright, so that's unfortunate. In fact, I don't know that actually had any effect, though, because we already had the low efficiency here, so... yeah, we'll just change this back. But yeah, it didn't have any effect since we just built that line out. And so now we need to get the naval bombers out there. And this will be the first time we've used this design company. We do need to get a good number of factories assigned to all of these. In fact, we're going to pull back on these here. And let me just see if there's anywhere else we can pull back on. I'm sure there is. Yeah, we have like a lot of stuff here. Like the artillery, we do need to have a good number of those since we haven't added all those to our units just yet. We'll keep the infantry equipment going up at 8 for now. Since we're doing updating, we can pull back from the anti-tanks by 1. I think this looks pretty good. We're building military factories. I can fill these out. It does mean we're going to be short on rubber here. So let's go and trade one more factory. Now, I did not name these units here because we only had one person who made any suggestions. So I didn't want to name all the units just based on one guy's suggestions. It seems that people weren't really interested in providing names for those, so we just left them as is. It would be the same thing with the planes. If nobody wants to suggest names, we can leave them as is, or I could just come up with something. So we got all these guys here, finished training. Nowhere really to put them at the moment, though. So let's hold on to them, since we're going to be at war anytime soon, so it's not really a problem if they just sit there. Let's go ahead and get the machine-assisted decryption, just to get this done in a reasonable time here. So getting that done, we just got the research done for the advanced machine tools. And the resistance to occupation is getting kind of high in these areas. Already at 26%, but again, we knew that was going to be a problem. We're just going to take it. All right, so we're done with all the 1940 techs here, you know, with the exception of going down these ones. I think we're good on fuel, and we can just trade for the rubber for right now because we have got to start getting some of these naval techs done here. We're just far behind. So we want to get all the way up to here with the improved heavy batteries. And then we also need to get the basic dual purpose battery. So yeah, just a lot of stuff that we got to get here, guys. So let's go ahead and start researching this line. And do we want to keep doing the battle line shipbuilders? Yeah, I suppose so. I know we talked about doing something with the Black Sea Fleet designer. But yeah, for now we'll just do that one. Just try and get them as many traits as we can. Though we haven't figured out what we're going to get with the carriers. Maybe that would be the one with the carrier. Armor pierce cap shell has been completed. So now we can go to get the improved heavy batteries. Yeah, we could use the Black Fleet for the carriers, since we know the battle line shipbuilders don't affect the capital ships. You know, that specifically, like all capital ships, they only affect those battleships and the cruisers. So we have 150 political power. There's not really anybody that we can get that would be that useful to us. Because yeah, I don't really want to see a loss of stability every week. And this here reduces your stability and your political power gain. I suppose you don't need the political power as much, so you could just go ahead and get that completed. We do need to get the military high command too, though. So I guess that's what we're going to do next then. Get the air superiority bonuses. Yeah, we'll get that. There's also decisions that could be taken. Maybe we want to get the improved worker conditions next. Although stability is very high right now, so I guess you don't have to do that. Only at war when it gets kind of low. Japan just declared war on the Philippines. That means they're now going to be at war with America. So America is at war with both the Allies, that fascist faction there, with Britain and Italy, and they're now at war with Japan. So they're going to be quite stretched out, because they have not even completed this situation. They're still dealing with their civil war, too. That's another conflict, which I don't think they're in a faction, the Confederacy. We got the improved machine tools. Excellent. So we could go ahead and continue getting these radar. But there's so much stuff that we need. I really feel like the planes and the ships is what we should be working on. So let's go ahead and do that. Just get stuff for the planes and the ships. I suppose we'll go ahead and get the range improvements next, since we talked about getting that. And light aircraft designer is what we're using for all those. So these two lines do lead to this one here, but this is only a bonus for armor, which we're not using this for armor. So not worth getting. Instead, let's get the long distance train escort, increasing armor and air attack. And we want to go ahead and update those as well. We do have a bit of experience, so let's go ahead and make some further adjustments. Probably to, well, we know we needed that 25 to add the artillery here, so let's go ahead and do that. So we want the motorized artillery into this division design. It's a 25 experience. So again, that's the reason why we needed to have a stack of artillery, because you got to add another one into here. And then also, we got to add another artillery here. Not sure how far we want to make, how big we want to make those division designs just yet. Maybe 30. And Portugal just joined the American Union. So maybe Spain will be next. Seems their leader doesn't have a portrait here. So that's going to bring them into the conflict with the Allies. And we're going to get these next two levels as well. Down to 334 days now to get that completed. And what is it that we need to update the trains? That's right, since we just spent the experience for that. And yeah, not to worry about the production. We have plenty of trains. It's not really an issue for us. And also we got a trait for the fast tanks. Okay, beautiful. That's breakthrough and speed. Let's go ahead and get that. And we don't have the experience to upgrade them. No reason to not just hold this up here so I don't forget about it until we get the 5 experience. I think that's the best way to go about doing it. Because otherwise, you know, I will forget. So having a nice icon up here is helpful. And once we get that 5th experience, then we'll make use of it. So war pretty much all over the world at this point. And the Confederacy has just capitulated. Alright, so we got these small caliber semi-armor piercing shells. So let's go and get that improved light battery now with the battle line shipbuilders. Getting them more traits. And we can now add this on here and use the experience and thus upgrade these. There you go, beautiful. So just improving them. If we took a look at that design now, see where they're at, because you got more speed for them. Looks like it's the same speed, honestly. 11.7, wasn't that where we're at? Maybe it was 11.4. Unfortunately, that is going to have to be the end of today's episode. Just getting through this focus tree here. Again, got to get 7 more focuses if we want to be able to do all of them. So you got to get this one, and then there's that. So basically, that's a 70-day. There's one more 70-day one. This one, I don't know if it's going to be worth getting. But if you get that, that's 35 days. Yeah, I don't know about these ones, guys. Research bonuses are nice. I mean, there's just nice stuff here, really. It takes quite a while to get all those done. So I don't know if we want to go all the way through them. Remember, there's still stuff over here for us to get. Lots of stuff over here for us to get. We also have these over here for our Air Force and our Navy. But none of those are going to be the ones we're going to be working on after we finish that one line. Instead, we have to go down these ones, because remember, we have to get our additional research slot over here. So we really want to beeline towards that once we start working on this branch. And then also just to get rid of all those penalties that we're facing in the Russian army. Just want to get rid of those too. And then of course there's the ones that we're facing for the Air Force too, you got to get rid of. So yeah, we've got a lot of focuses that we need to get through there. A lot of these new focus trees, they just take so long to get through them all. Yeah, so I don't think we'll wait to do the war. I mean, we might not even have a choice. War might come to us. But I don't think we'll wait until we get like through all of those in order to declare war, or else we'd wait until like 1943 or something like that. But yeah, we definitely want to get through this branch, since you have to before you do the war. Alright guys, so I hope you did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.